Hello America, this is Sean Lunsford at SL Talk, and this is my first video post for my fairly new blog, Christianity and Politics. And you can visit and follow that blog at www.christianitywithinamerica.blogspot.com. So to start our discussion, I was on YouTube last night and I came across a speech that Obama had made concerning religion back in 2009. Now back in 2009 I had not seen the speech or heard the speech. I knew he made the speech though, but I only heard bits and pieces of it on TV and on the radio. And this is what he said. He says, whatever we once were, we are no longer a Christian nation, at least not just. But we are also a Jewish nation and a Muslim nation and a Buddhist nation. 3 words. Well, that's not true. We are only a Christian nation because this nation was built upon those principles, upon the Christian principles. Yes, Jews and Muslims and Buddhists do live here, but that does not mean that this nation is those religions. That this nation is a Jewish nation or a Muslim nation or a Buddhist nation. It just means that they are free to live here. Take an example, or take a family for example. The kids get to live with the parents, but they don't get to make the rules. And when they do live with the parents, whose house is it? It's the parents. So America, just because we have other religions living within this nation, does not make this nation that religion. This nation was not built upon Jewish principles or any other religious principles besides the Christian principles. When our founding fathers founded this nation, they said concerning other religions and all the other people out in the nations around the world, they said, come over here, because over here in America you can truly live. You will have equal opportunity and you will be able to have a job. But you do have to follow the rules. The Christian principles were a part of the rules. You can't impose your religion upon us or upon this nation. We're not China or Israel or any other Middle Eastern country. That's what y'all left. That's not what we are. We are a new nation, a new people. You can worship over here, but don't impose your religions or your religion on this nation. Now again, this will be posted on my blog, but it will also be posted on YouTube and on Facebook. So I'm probably going to get a lot of hateful comments. Comments saying, well, what about the First Amendment? Talking about separation of church and state. First of all, separation of church and state was found nowhere within the Constitution. So I'm going to read the First Amendment, which is where a lot of people say it is found. And this is what they say. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion, or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech, or of the press, or the right of the people peaceably to assemble, and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. The whole idea about this amendment is to not make any law promoting one religion within the Christian religion, like Catholicism, or Presbyterian, or Protestant, or Baptist. That's what they were talking about, especially since they have left Britain, which promoted the Anglican as the national religion. It just so happened that the religion that they practiced was the Christian religion, and those are the principles this nation was built upon. A lot of people are going to think that this is a dictatorship, but it really isn't. A dictatorship would mean that this nation is run and controlled and dictated by the government, and that's not true. We might be getting closer and closer to that every day, but it's still of the people, for the people, by the people. And also, a dictatorship gives you two choices. Do what the government says, no matter what it says, or you pay the penalty. Death, imprisonment, some other kind of fine. In our nation, we have certain laws, like any other nation, put in place. But these laws make sense. The laws that are put in place are not ridiculous. They might even sound familiar to you. Do not steal, do not murder. Things like that. No, let's take George Bernard Shaw for an example of a dictatorship. He wanted to kill off people just because they didn't offer much to society. That is a dictatorship. He wanted to actually create a gas that killed people quickly and painlessly to make it more humane rather than cruel. But our choices that we give are simple. I mean, you either follow the rules of this nation or you can leave the nation. Our founding fathers believed that this nation needed to be founded upon these principles or it would ultimately fail. So yeah, Jews, Muslims, and Buddhists, you can come to this nation and you can have a job and equal opportunity, but do not impose your beliefs upon this nation. This is our nation, and the principles that this nation was built upon are fine, just the way they are. Don't get me wrong, you can worship anytime you want. But for an example, if I was to go to China, I couldn't impose my beliefs on that nation, because it is largely a Buddhist nation and it was built upon those beliefs. So, Mr. President, this nation is a Christian nation, and only a Christian nation. But that doesn't mean that only Christians get to live here. It just means that those are the principles that we as Christians hold up. Okay, so this was my first video post, and I will hopefully do another one soon, more soon, probably once every month. So make sure you tune in at, again, www.christianitywithinamerica.blogspot.com. This is Sean Lunsford at SL Talk. Have a great day, America.